Ladies and gentlemen, fishermen are teaming up with food banks to help feed the hungry in America. Now, things are bad, especially we see those long, long food lines in almost every state now. You see those astronomically long lines, and things are just simply not getting better. And as you can see, even with that insulting $600 stimulus package, it's still not signed. Okay. So chances are you're going to have to go through the entire holiday with the uncertainty to whether that's going to get signed or not. And on top of that, the GOP rejected the $2,000 check that Trump wanted everybody to have. So the waiting continues. And as people are waiting, they are still wondering where their next meal is going to come from. So this came out on NPR December 25th, 2020. I have some audio I want you to listen to.
So when you think of food bank donations, non-perishable goods might come to mind, but some food assistance programs across the country are beginning to partner with local fishermen. As April Fulton reports, it's helping the fishermen, the economy, and also those in need of healthy food.
The commercial fishermen of Santa Barbara, California have been running a small seafood market on Saturdays, open to the public for about 30 years.
Well, I like that guy right there. Is that a whitefish?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Paul Teal is a longtime fisherman who sells a variety of seafood native to West Coast waters.
Rockfish, ocean whitefish, crabs, red, yellow, and brown.
This open-air market has now become more important to Teal. His usual restaurant customers in Los Angeles stopped buying because of the pandemic.
They're closed down to just takeout only, no more outdoor dining. So they're not ordering anything.
Now the outdoor market is booming. He says his sales have doubled. People feel more comfortable shopping outside these days. Some of the fishermen here are taking part in another COVID-related opportunity, supplying their local food banks. Shrimpers are feeding people in Mississippi, sockeye salmon is going to those in need in Alaska, and in Massachusetts, a traditional haddock chowder is flying off the shelves.
It's very tasty and it's very popular.
That's Catherine D'Amato. She's the president and CEO of the Greater Boston Food Bank. It serves more than 500,000 people in eastern Massachusetts. D'Amato says her food bank usually keeps 4 or 5 weeks of supplies on hand for emergencies. But as people lost jobs in the pandemic, there was a huge spike in demand.
In late May, we found ourselves below 1 week of inventory and going down rapidly. Now that is because we would normally distribute about 1 million pounds of food a week, and that became 2.5 million pounds of food a week.
For years, D'Amato says she's wanted to work with the local fishing industry. In May, the State Department of Agriculture connected D'Amato's organization with some grant makers. They paid Cape Cod fishermen to catch haddock and local manufacturers to make chowder. By August, they were processing and shipping it to area food banks.
And so we worked with the manufacturer to create a nutrient-rich recipe. And to date, we've received 48,000 pounds, and now we have started to purchase the product.
Studies have shown eating even moderate amounts of seafood can benefit your heart, and eating more fish might help kids with asthma symptoms. But many people are not sure how to cook it, and it can be expensive. That may be why many food programs haven't handled a lot of fresh fish.
We have handled, your typical fish sticks or fish made with a breading on it.
Not necessarily the most nutritious, but the new chowder is chock full of vegetables and locally produced. It's easy, just heat and serve.
And more importantly, fish is just an excellent protein source. Consumers are used to red meat, poultry in every shape, form, but fish has been a missing component.
The Haddock Chowder Partnership is helping to feed families and keep fishermen fishing. D'Amato hopes to purchase more chowder and experiment with other local seafood products this winter. Paul Parker is a founder of Catch Together, a nonprofit organization that provides grants for the Chowder Project and other projects around the country.
We set out to build a program that would support fair wages to 5,000 to 10,000 fishermen to provide food for 1 million Americans in need.
That includes the fishermen of Santa Barbara. With Catch Together grants, they've provided 7,000 pounds of Pacific rockfish, yellowtail, white sea bass, and black cod fillets to their local food bank, and they hope to expand the project later this year. For NPR News, I'm April Fulton.
Okay. Well, I guess what other choice do they have, under the circumstances that everyone is in America right now? Because, I mean, no matter whether you like it or not, COVID is ruling things right now for real. It is ruling everything. It's like, the Most High made sure it impact every single industry. So since it's been hit hard, COVID has really been hitting hard, especially in the early months in the spring. A lot of markets have dried up. And, despite the fact that they have tried to reopen restaurants and everything, I mean, like in my state, the surge is off the charts. And many of the restaurants are now under a curfew. So it's not just the restaurants, it's also the gyms. I mean, it's a lot of industries that are now facing, they can be open, but they got to be closed at a certain time. And it's just a matter of time. Our governor keeps hinting at a matter of time before the state has to be shut down because it's just going up and up every single week. So things are, in dire strait in America, with long lines at food banks in many states. And this thing is just going to increase as time moves on. I did a video a few months back, and they said unemployment is going to go on all through 2021. People are going to be getting laid off and losing their jobs. So unemployment is definitely going to increase when we get to 2021. So food banks are depending on these tractor trailers to keep coming in with food, and the lines are just getting longer and longer. And then you got Congress that is sitting there in the Senate, and you would think nothing was going on in the country the way they are squabbling over every little crumb out here. And, I do have a story about how angry the public is over the $600. There's a lot of people, y'all, that are swole up mad over that stuff that these politicians have pulled on the public. Not happy at all. So I would imagine food assistance is still going to be on the rise in 2021, and you got these folks that truly believe things are going to turn around, and there is no sign of things turning around in 2021 even with that vaccine. But I guess if they have nothing else, they got their false sense of hope. But y'all, please tell me what you think. To be honest with you, it's getting harder and harder for me to even look at those food bank lines, because when I look at it, I always wonder how many children are in those lines along with their parents. You know, Hungry adults, I don't like to see anybody hungry, but it breaks my heart to see children hungry more than anything else. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.